All right, what's going on, guys? So I might do a part 2 here. Let's see how this goes. My internet connection went down this time. Wasn't YouTube this time, guys. They didn't shut me down this time. So that's a good thing. Jen's stuck around, and she accidentally knocked out the power for the router, and then it didn't reconnect. So if you guys rejoin back, just let me know if you can hear me. It wasn't YouTube. They didn't shut down the stream this time. They did on Sunday though. That's serious. This one was just the internet going down. So hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, John, can you see me? Social Chris, can you see me? Yeah, bad people. There you are. Yes, I'm back. This time, Jess was moving stuff around, and the power for the router was cut. So she's not mad at me or anything. It was an honest mistake. Although on occasion, if she gets mad, she might shut off the internet stuff. But no, K-Ways, we can't blame YouTube this time. It wasn't YouTube this time. It was on Sunday, though, and that's no joke. But see, this is what happens if somebody gets disconnected, is the first part of the stream gets to stay there, you see? So that's the difference. Whereas on Sunday, that did not get to be the case. It was deleted out. But yeah, so no big deal or anything. We're just having some fun. Hey, Bay Nanzers, how you doing? And K-Ways, happy to see you back. Apollo Apes here, so that's cool. Yeah, it wasn't YouTube this time. So we were just doing a figure haul, showing some new stuff I got. So I got some other stuff to show you guys. So we went through, we took a look at the Sugarman, which is really cool. So like that one, Shredder from Turtles, from the first part, which is cool. And then we did Mad Hatter. Took a look at that, which is neat. I don't really do figure reviews nowadays. They take generally, I don't want to say too much effort to do, or they kind of take too long. I don't really have like a figure review station set up in my house anymore like I kind of used to. So there's that one. And then we took a look at this one I got for $5, which is the X-Men Blackbird, or the X-Jet, which is pretty cool. So that's where we're at so far. To recap for part 1, let's hope the connection stays up this time, and that we can kind of continue along, kind of do our thing. So just keep sending me messages, guys. I can see your messages. I see Apollo Apes is last, so that's cool. And then there's the Marvel's Dark Beast one, which we did kind of take a quick look at, which is cool. I really like this one. I think this one's really good. They did a really good job with that one. Let's see. And then last week I got Black Widow, Deadly Origin, which is pretty cool. So this version is like a kind of like a white suit type version, which is pretty good. So I do like that one, and pretty cool there. I like the art on it too. It's pretty nice. So that one they did a really good job on. I wanted to get this one. I'm basically skipping the rest of the series. I haven't seen this movie yet. When is the Black Widow movie released yet? Let me just take a look. Hey, Hollow, how you doing? The Wise Wolf says, Trev, have you read Fables? And someone did say, I misspoke in the last one, that the Wolves did a W, not an A. I misremembered that from Mad Hatter. We were talking about the Alpha Wolf. It wasn't an A he drew. It was a W. So now I remember. Someone reminded me. And I thought, oh, yeah, okay, that's right. When's that Black Widow movie supposed to come out? Let's see. Or is it out? Was it released? Okay, so November 6, 2020. So it was pushed back, right? So, yeah, so we'll see. Maybe it might even be pushed back, from then on further. But anyway, so I got this Black Widow figure. This one's pretty cool. I do like this one. And, but I'm skipping the rest of the series. I'm not collecting any of the other ones they do from the series, just this one. And I might keep it in package. I'm not sure. So, yeah, so that one. And then Sunfire, which is pretty sweet. So, and then he's got the arms of Sugarman here in this one. So that one's pretty cool, too. So I do like that one. Also, the fire coming off is kind of cool. So that looks good. Age of Apocalypse. I just got these basically out of this whole set. I got the Sugarman because I want to get that. I got this, the Dark Beast, the Morph. I did get this Weapon X Wolverine, and then Sunfire. And then these three I don't have, and I might skip. Or maybe if I get them, I guess I could build a second Sugarman and then sell them one day or something if I decide not to keep him. So that's kind of the new stuff I got for today. Hey, Tim, how you doing, man? Louise Cortron said, have you seen the future X-Men Marvel Legends? Yeah, Dark Beast is awesome. Yeah, I think the Dark Beast, they did a really good job with the Beast figures, with the new Beast mold and everything. And this one's so cool because he's got like, what is this called in the hair, where it's got like, they're not like dreads, but they kind of come down beside, beside his head like that. And he's got the teeth and everything. So he's really cool, man. And then the pants too, like the metallic kind of short pants type of thing, and then the hands. So that one's pretty cool. So I do like the Dark Beast a lot. They did a good job with that one. Lewis, I saw the pictures they just released for the upcoming X-Men movie figures. So the Sentinels, they're doing a Master Mold Sentinel head, and then a Battle Damage Sentinel head, and then a female Sentinel. So it's pretty cool. If you order the HasLab Sentinel, you get like 3 Sentinels. You get a Bastion Sentinel, the huge Sentinel, which is going to be like this big, I think, something crazy like that. And then there's a female Sentinel too they're including with that, which is really sweet. And then so then the movie stuff, they're doing another Hugh Jackman Wolverine with the jacket, which would be like the Wolverine X-Men Origins costume with it's got like 3 stripes here, and it's got like the brown jacket, which is really cool. And then they're doing a Mystique movie one, and then a Professor X and Magneto 2-pack, which looks really good, the movie ones. So and I like how they do in that one, they include the extra heads, so you can do a younger Professor X with the actor who played him, where I can't remember the name, or you can do the older Professor X, which is Patrick Stewart. So with the wheelchair, and then you can do is it Michael Fassbender? Is that how you say his name? The younger Magneto or the older Magneto as well. Yeah, the Bastion looks awesome, and I actually did a custom Bastion before, so so it sucks because I do custom. Like I did a custom Master Mold and a custom Bastion, and now they're releasing the HasLab's Mega Sentinel, which is going to be it's going to blow away everything else. Like all the other Sentinels are going to be crap compared to the 26-inch Sentinel this big. So yeah, that one's going to be freaking awesome. So I'm really excited for the eventual release of those Marvel Legends. Those are going to be cool. Ron said that Predator figures got me into NECA, and I'm hooked. I love their horror figures and want a lot of their movie figures, like the new Back to the Future coming out this year. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, Back to the Future is getting a lot of attention right now for some reason. Maybe just for the nostalgia or something. But you're right, man. The NECA figures are awesome because they're doing, like you said, the Predator line is awesome and always has been. They've got aliens too, right? So they do Predator and aliens, which is awesome, like Queen and all the different types of aliens or different types of Predators, which are sweet. And then they've got the Turtles license, which is awesome. And like all the movies, the horror movies, like you said, really good stuff, man. And I think, did they do Ace Ventura? I think I saw that at the store, so that's really cool. Trev took a knee to YouTube, says Crucifix Fan Club. Yeah, man, I'm sorry, dudes. I mean, it's crazy what's going on, man. I got a lot of heat for doing the videos I did. I even got I'm not going to say too much, but my phone blowing up like absolute crazy. So I just decided, you know what, it's way different than people think it is. People, when they hear about this stuff, they think it's like comedy stuff. They're conditioned to think it's all silly comedy, kind of woo-woo theories and crazy people and turning frogs gay like Alex Jones and stuff like that, which it's actually not. The stuff's actually pretty serious. And so, in my opinion, they're bringing in the censorship like crazy. Well, there's probably a lot of reasons for it, but also because there's a lot of violence, in the States, and a lot of crazy stuff that's going on with the different movements there, and a lot of racial tension like crazy. So because of that, because that's all going on, people are feeling on edge and everything. I guess they have to get involved, or at least because everyone's online now, they're really monitoring, and it makes sense why they would do this. They're monitoring everything to a closer degree than ever before, because people can organize online and then they can go and do whatever they're going to do. So if they're going to go and tear down a statue, or they're going to go and burn a place down or something like this, what they're finding, I think, is that a lot of times people are posting things in either live streams or, in social media first. And what's another interesting piece of it too is because of social media and because of people taking pictures of people wrecking statues and doing all this stuff, the authorities have gone in and have got the pictures so they can get the people who were there, and then they've gone after them. So we're living in kind of a different time now that that we've never really seen before. And so the censorship stuff is like, you know, it's going to be, I think it's going to be taken, at least from what we've seen already this year and going forward, it's going to be taken very seriously in the near future. So if people say things in streams, like we're in a stream right now having fun, just talking about figures and fun stuff, which is good, entertainment stuff, then, you know, if we stick to entertainment stuff, we're fine. But once people start bringing in like possibly racial, I don't want to say the R word, anything to do with race, right? So any type of ethnic groups, or if they refer to a certain people, or they do this or they say that or whatever happens with the engine, they've got kind of the Google algorithm is kind of scanning and scanning and scanning. And then they also have people that are checking to see what's being said and what's going on. And it's really crazy, man. So then you have all that happening. You have eventually the elections coming up, which Stefan Molyneux thinks he was shut down and banned, deleted off YouTube because he helped get Trump in. I don't want to say that. Everyone say I'll say Mr. T. He helped get Mr. T in to start with 4 years ago, and so he thinks they wanted him out of the picture before, you know, they got closer to the elections here, before they got closer to this stuff going on. I don't think that's why. I think he did a video, a very popular video that had, you know, millions and millions of views. I don't know if it was 10 million or 20 million. It was a lot anyway, or 5 million, whatever it was, where he was talking about, I think it was the story of your enslavement. And he was very anti-state, and he was very anti that. And he's also made a lot of jokes and stuff about certain movements in the States. Let's just put it that way, because I don't want to trigger anybody here, right? Or anything. So he did that. And then, so instead of YouTube doing the community guidelines deal where they strike you a few times and then you get in big trouble, they just with 0 strikes, they just deleted it off. And then at the same time as they deleted off there, then they deleted off Facebook. And I don't know if he's kept his Twitter. He's got a website, so he's okay with that. I don't have a backup, so that's why I get kind of worried. But granted, you know, most of the stuff we do on the channel here with you guys is entertainment, you know, like 4,100 videos, and majority of which are entertainment. So did I have to kind of take a knee to YouTube and to the internet? You know, it's their site. So I, you know, like I publish something, or Ronnie does, or any of us do, to the engine. And, you know, if YouTube doesn't want it on their engine, as much as I want to fight the power and upload it anyway, and, you know, speak what I think to be true, and analyze things that certain parties are saying and try to figure out what's going on with world situations. The thing is it is YouTube's engine also. So if they want to ban people out, or if they want to clear people, they can absolutely do that. And like, is there any recourse to that, you know, for the recent bannings that people have been banned off, and now it's becoming a consistent, like a schedule. It seems like it's like a scheduled thing, like on either a weekly basis or maybe a monthly basis or whatever. They're going to go through and clean out certain channels and this whole thing that they don't want to have there. So yeah, if you do entertainment, you're fine. You never really have to worry, I think, for the most part. But it's more for people that are, it's sort of like YouTube as an entertainment engine or as an information engine. And which one do they want it to be? I would say they want it to be an entertainment engine and not an information engine, because they'd want Wikipedia and they'd want, you know, your mainstream media. Well, Trump doesn't, but, well, I say his name again. Damn it. Be careful. Mr. T doesn't, and his administration doesn't, because he's anti mainstream media. So you have you have different factions here that are kind of fighting for power and fight for attention. And then people who are fans of the mainstream media, they hate Mr. T. They hate the administration right now. So they're very anti-administration. So you have these different groups that are kind of struggling for power, struggling against each other. And I just don't want to get caught in the crossfire. That's all, like some other channels have, right? You know, that's pretty scary, man. You put a lot of work into something, you do it for many, many years, and then they just come through, and with the click of a button, they just say, boom, done, and that's it, right? So crazy stuff. Yeah. So let's see what we got here. What'd you guys say about that? Man, just leave it alone, bro. None of us got the energy to deal with YouTube restrictions. Yeah, Apollo, I know. That's one thing as well, too, man, is that it's it's very draining, and I was doing these videos this year with you guys, and I'm proud of the videos that I did do, regarding the TS19 situation and United Nations, and even recently we were talking about Ghislaine and the stuff that was going on with that, and Epstein and the others. I was proud of the videos that we did do, but because I think that truth is the solution to all of these problems, but it's not exactly that simple. It's like truth is the solution, but the intelligence agencies, that's not for them. Their job is to control information. Their job is to monitor, check, I guess, control. If governments at some point have to lie, as they do a lot of the time, or if they're just controlling the stage, the intelligence agencies have to pad them to help them control the world stage. So that's just kind of like, what are you going to do? With social media, they have to bring it into, they have to at some point bring it into control, bring it under control to continue to manage what's happening in the world. So that's just that's what we're seeing happen more and more. Dr. Tess says, "Where's Rick?" LOL. Word up, Trev. Hey, Project, how you doing, man? See, WebSoak, what you said. I'm not going to say what you said, but the second part of what you said has gotten a lot of heat online too. And people, I think, were people killed in some instances for saying that? Yes, they were. I saw some articles to say that some people had said that in the open and were shot or whatever. See, so I don't want, maybe we should switch back to entertainment talk, but if you could not post that, please. Is it wrong for us to say that? It seems silly that would be wrong for people to say that everyone does matter, but it's a tricky time. People take offense to that. So I don't know. I don't have all the answers, man. I mean, I don't know what to say for that. Hey, Eric, how you doing? No, not long, man. We just started like 15 minutes ago, and I had a part one going, but the internet went out. So that was that. Yeah, so when it went down, the first part got disconnected from the second part, but it's okay. We're just kind of continuing, just hanging out a little bit. Trev bowing down. Well, WebSoak, well, kind of, man, because what I might do, Web, is I might just start posting weekly to BitChute and do like a weekly post on BitChute or something. The reason why it's tricky is because, the channel now has over a couple 100,000 subscribers. It's like 225 or something. So we lost about 5,000 since the TS19 situation. Whatever, it's going to happen. It's hurt a lot of small businesses. I went to a pizza place today and they had a sign closed and, they're not reopened yet. And I just looked at it. They kind of were taking some stuff off. Like some of the stuff was missing, like the signage and stuff. And I thought, yeah, they're probably not going to reopen after this happened, are they? And the answer is probably not. So, yeah, man. Hey, Marilyn, how you doing? So, it's hurt a lot of people. Basically, I'm going to still try to talk truth with you guys, but we just got to be careful because we don't want to get in the crosshairs of all the craziness. And the other thing, too, is that keep in mind, this is the summertime right now. So this is kind of supposed to be the relaxed time. Just picture October, right now with the certain heavy duty superpowers of global health pushing the second wave ideas, pushing the second wave concept already, and prepping everybody for second wave, whatever is going to happen with that, whether they lock down certain places or not, or what they do, we'll see. So factor that in, and then factor in also in the U.S. that there's going to be the elections. And that even Google is very anti-Mr. T. Even Google is anti-Trump. There's been some leakage from that as well, too, that it seems like, and I don't want to get too political here, but it seems like Google is sort of far left for the most part from what's been kind of leaked and has been put out there. So yeah, I know, Web, right? I gotta be careful saying the T word, right? I don't want to have 500 people unsubscribe, 100 people unsubscribe, right? It's like, oh, he said the T word. He said the president's name. Unsubscribe. It's like chill, dudes. I don't even live in the States. I live in Canada, and our prime minister, I think, just got attacked by somebody. Somebody rammed into his. They tried to gun him down. They tried to ram into his gates at his house, I think, in Ottawa. And then they had a lot of firearms with them, and they weren't successful, but they were going after he's like our president. Trudeau is like our president. So we call it prime minister here. That's all. I know you guys aren't familiar with it, but it's crazy times. Hey, Alex, how you doing, Big Blue? It's it's just that we got to be careful, man. I want to continue to do this with you guys a long time, but ultimately, it's not guaranteed. I do kind of have a problem sometimes with shutting up or with with not talking about certain things, and I've gotten in trouble. So we got to be careful. But so Maxis Art, like what you're saying, right? We need him out, right? Well, a lot of people agree with you, Maximus. There's a lot of people who like the man, a lot of people who don't. It's very controversial, so we just got to kind of be careful. Becca, the best way to message me. Honestly, you can message me through here. You can message me through YouTube. Is it private? No. But you don't really need to message me privately. Just send me comments through the channel and I'll see them. Or if you want to email me, my email's in the channel. And that's what it is. If it's something related to controversial stuff and you want to email, then go ahead. My email's in the channel in the About tab. So, Word of the Day says you need a second channel. Well, this is the thing, Word of the Day. Setting up a second channel and trying to do something like that, or just starting a BitChute, you guys got to keep in mind, I've been doing this for like 11 years now. To just start like a second deal is like, I after putting 11 years of work into this channel, it just feels crazy to have to even consider to start over something. So no, I don't want to do that either. I might do a weekly post to BitChute. If you guys have been to BitChute, it's actually, there's some really good stuff on it, and there's some really, because it doesn't really have much censorship, there's some crazy stuff on it. Like there's some violent stuff on it, stuff like that. It's like, whoa, my God. So you can check out BitChute if you want, but just be careful what you click on, because it's sort of like what happens if there's almost no censorship at all. And that's what BitChute is. So some of it's good and some of it's not good because it's extremely violent and stuff like that. There's some crazy videos on BitChute if you guys haven't seen them. But I did want to say that that Alex Jones, a lot of people asked me if Alex Jones was controlled opposition. I watched an Alex Jones episode from Sunday, and I thought, man, he's on point with almost everything he's saying. So I don't think he is controlled opposition. I want to say that on the record here publicly, that I don't think he is actually anymore. Maybe at the start, maybe he was supposed to be or something, but I don't think so, especially also because he did get banned too. So if the man got banned, it's sort of like, well, he's controlled opposition and they would ban him. If he was controlled opposition, I don't think they would really ban him. Because then hardly anyone's going to see what he has to say. So I did want to correct that a little bit. I don't think he is. I know there's popular theories about that he's controlled opposition, but actually I don't think he is. I'll be honest with you. After watching Sunday's episode that InfoWars did, I don't think he's controlled op at all. He's been posting a lot of really good content that I almost agree everything he's saying, especially when it comes to UN and global health right now, and the key heavy hitters there. I don't know if you can say Gates, Fauci. Will I catch that? I don't know. Maybe not. Alex Big Blue says, I've been posting videos for a year and it seems like a long time. I can't imagine posting for 11 years. Yeah, it's a long time, man. It's great. I really enjoyed it and everything, and had a lot of fun doing it with you guys. That's for sure. And let's hope The Walking Dead's on for a few more years after this whole TS19 craziness is done, and we can enjoy a few more years of doing that. Otherwise, I love doing this with you guys, so maybe I'll just do, like, worst case scenario, maybe we could do like a once a week hangout or something like that, if people still want to do it, or I can just do reviews for other stuff. But at some point, I don't know, maybe I won't be able to do it like forever, permanently, all the way through. We'll see. I thought I could do stuff about real world topics, but and give my take on it, because everyone has their own opinion and their own takes on real world things. Some people hate Mr. T. Like a lot of you guys say, we need him out. He's got to be out. And others say, no, you got to keep him in because he's anti-pyramid. So that's a good thing. And so, you know, it's so polarizing. That's the thing. I don't want to piss anybody off, like you guys, especially to, you know, my subscribers and viewers and whatnot. But, you know, it's just people are on edge for sure. So Maximum Start said another one. Yeah. I don't want to show it. Okay, I'll show it. But anyway, let's try not to get too political because, yeah. So Tim F said that Mr. T is against the deep state. Yeah, it's yeah, you're kind of yeah, somewhat, right? Like it feels like there's been a divide. That's the way I see it. There's a divide. So the media portion of it with CNN, MSNBC, and the others, they're very anti him, right? So you can tell obviously their faction and Gates are anti Mr. T. But the opposite is also somewhat true because Mr. T did sideline Fauci. So there's a lot and leave the WHO, the World Health Organization. So there's a lot of tensions here. So people that are for the WHO and they're for Fauci and Gates. I'm trying to bash my voice here. It's not working. People that are for them are totally, so they're picking sides. Some people are totally for them, thinking, this guy's such an idiot. Why would he leave the World Health Organization? What a moron. And then other people on the other side are saying, well, good thing because they're in the pockets of China and Gates. And so it's good to leave them because that's an anti-pyramid move. And China's ask China. China is basically, you know, a pyramid gopher right now with everything that they're doing and have been doing and how obedient they are. China is very obedient. So that's why ask China. So they're very obedient. So as a result, you know, maybe the global UN, the heavy hitters like them better than us because we're more disagreeable. And so the Chinese are very agreeable. So they just, whatever you say, Mr. Gates, whatever you say, Mr. Fauci, or whoever on the United Nations will do whatever you say. And they do so. So that's why. So, yeah, so a lot of different stuff happening, man. It's really crazy. You guys are bringing me right back into this stuff again, right? Get out of this stuff. Let's talk about entertainment and stuff. But it's like, Trevor, this is not going to work, is this? This is not going to work. Look at, we got figures, we got fun stuff. Let's talk about other stuff, Walking Dead, whatever, movies, whatever. No, it's not going to work. So, yeah, Apollo 8, each time I hear someone call him a moron, I laugh my ass off. Yeah, he's talking about, Lewis says he's talking about the wrestler China. Right, exactly. Yeah, Triple H's. Yeah, the wrestler China. So YouTube, don't get mad. Right, exactly. That's right. I pity the fool. Yeah, they have Mr. T figure too. I think, did NECA do that one? I think so. It looks pretty cool. We are dying for Walking Dead content. It is insane. All of us, you, me, them, Ronnie, Dr. Death said. So, yeah, man, it's, we got Comic-Con next Friday. So there's that, man. I'm looking for other shows, too, to cover. The last few years, the biggest shows have been Stranger Things, Witcher, the Star Wars Mandalorian show, and then Game of Thrones over, and, Walking Dead. So those are the biggest shows right now. The Boys is got decent following, I think. So, can make videos on that. But certainly with TS19, we're in a lull for that content. Honestly, I find the world to be as interesting as any TV show ever, especially with literally comic book like characters like Dr. Evil, like Gates. Out there talking about world population and stuff and where it's headed. And if we do a great job, this is in his YouTube video. So you guys keep bringing me into this, right? If we do a great job, we can get that population down by this amount by 2050 or whatever. It's like, what did he just say? What do you mean we can get the population down? Like, that is, okay, maybe I shouldn't laugh because that is a true Dr. Evil comic book level character. I mean, is that not guys, is that not a true to life comic book evil villain character? That is, like he makes Negan look like nothing, he makes the governor look like nothing, man. Just crazy stuff, man. I mean, it's just, It's like, what is this guy talking about? And then I started to learn about Freemasonry and all the other stuff connecting with it. And I started to realize, I was like, holy shit, this is more interesting than The Walking Dead. And it actually is, as a matter of fact, because I got a bunch of Freemasons. I talked to some Freemasons in the chat, try to understand balance and management and how this whole thing works and how many people are Freemasons. And it depends on who you ask, but apparently about 1% of the population are part of the group, are part of the clan. And the thing is in Hollywood and in the movies and in politics and in the military, they are way overrepresented. I mean, like crazy overrepresented. Like if you go into these places, it's like every other person is a part of either Scientology, Freemasonry, like one of these secret groups that are not supposed to exist, but they absolutely do. So anyway, that's all I'll say for now. Let's go. This isn't working. I'm so going to get shut down. I get nervous sometimes. It's like, oh, damn it. I got really nervous after Sunday. I was like, they shut the stream down during the stream and deleted it, man. Comic Book Evil is Mr. T, says K-Ways. You could view Mr. T, I'm talking POTUS now. You can view POTUS, if you don't like him, as a true comic book villain too, depending on your stance and how you view it, right? Because you look at him, he's like, what's his net worth? Is he a billionaire or just multimillionaire? I don't know. He's worth a lot of money. You know, he's a true to life, like boss type character. Like he's got the you're fired gimmick and the whole bit. He's got the WWE experience. So he's a bit like Negan in some ways, I think. In some ways. WebSoak thinks he's going to win 2020. Yeah, we'll see, man. Not if the other side has anything to say about it, because they're going to push back and try to make it so he doesn't. New show coming to Netflix with Jamie Foxx looks great. What's that one called, Maximus Art? And Dr. Death likes Nosferatu. So I haven't actually seen Nosferatu. I've just seen the commercials for it. I haven't watched it myself, but it did look, it looked okay. It looked pretty good. I don't watch much else on AMC except for the TWD stuff, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think like what else I've watched on it of the shows. Mostly just TWD, really. Okay, let's see what the comments you guys got. Yeah, Apollo said Mandalorian was far the best of this year. Yeah, if you like Star Wars, Mandalorian's probably the best series of the year. I have to admit, as far as that goes. Becca says, I have a Walking Dead video idea, character update. Where they came from physically and emotionally, how far they've come, their best episodes, their worst episodes, details of their relationships. So after all these years, it's easy to forget a lot of the stuff they've gone through. So yeah, we could do that. What happened with that a little bit, Becca, with those types of videos, and why I don't do as many of those as I used to, is because they've become more difficult to do because the series has been on so long. So because the series has been on for 10 years, it's hard to do flashbacks because then you have to look through, okay, each season, and the videos get longer and longer and longer. But definitely we could do that. You're right. And I have one for Sunday that we'll do as a live stream, which I'll keep for that one because that'll be the topic for the video for Walking Dead stream this Sunday night, which we'll do. Okay, let's see what we got. Jorge says one about the C word, and it being 6 letters long, and each letter matching up to numerical order, adding up to a few sixes or a couple sixes. So, yeah, I don't know. Some people also call it the crown virus. The crown virus. A corona, I guess, has to do with like the part around, like the crown around the sun or whatever, I think. So I don't know. But I'm pretty sure that was already established in science way before this happened just recently. So, yeah. So I don't know. We don't want Trump. We have Trudeau, says virality TV. So I don't know. I don't know if it really matters that much. Maybe to a degree, but I don't know if it matters all that much. So let's see what else we got here from you guys. Pizza place and turtle figures. Travis living the dream. Yeah, man, you got it, dude. Absolutely. The Shredder figure, which I'll open soon. And then earlier we did a unboxing in the first part of these Batman 89 cards, which is fun because I'm a huge fan of Batman 89. And I didn't eat the gum, but maybe I should next time. I try that. So we'll see. I wonder what it tastes like. I have no idea. So for Webb and for the others, don't hate me because I'm trying to stay on YouTube, guys. I'm trying my best. I understand the idea of fight the power and everything like that, but I don't know, man. It's tricky, man. Because everyone's got their own opinions. So for some people, it's sort of like, who's the bad guy with TS19 and what's been going on? Like, who's the shredder? Who's the villain? For some people, it's Mr. T. It's POTUS, right? He's the villain, right? He's the one that needs to be replaced and everything like that. And then for others, probably like myself, we think it's Gates and Fauci and these people that these global UN type people who have been doing these things and possibly releasing or doing whatever. And so those are the ones who are to blame. So people are looking for someone to blame. For POTUS, he's blaming China. He's saying it's all China. Right? So you know, it's crazy. And then for certain with the racial tensions, for certain groups, it's other racial groups, right? So you got to keep that in mind too. So crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Anyway, we haven't been shut down yet, so that's good. If we do get shut down at some point here, I hope we don't, but I guess we'll keep going, guys. And what we'll do is I'll just end it if the stream gets disconnected again or anything like that happens. We'll just wrap it for tonight because we'll probably do another one. We'll do another one on Sunday as well too. So yeah, let's see. Okay, what else we got from you guys? Yeah, Louis is saying it. Yeah, I mostly agree with you, Louis or Louis. That's kind of where I'm at too. For me, he's the bad guy from what I've seen. So yeah. Fan club, yeah, I could do that. Here, I'll show the comment there. There we go. Yeah, global elites, right? Yeah. So it's a tricky one, especially because and then it brings in psychologically if you're agreeable to authority or if you're not. And if you're not agreeable to authority, so this is the tricky part, right? And it comes into question because most people think that good will eventually prevail over evil and good will rise to the top, right? And that the people who hold the top positions in the world are good people. And that's one viewpoint. The other viewpoint is that they're not, and that they'll do absolutely anything to win, even possibly things that are illegal or even things that are unethical, especially things that are unethical, to seize power and to spread that power over others. And so, yeah, I'm kind of on the ladder on that one, that I believe that people at the very top, that's how they operate. They don't operate from an ethical kind of like, do what's right for people type of thing. On the surface, they seem to do that, like Ghislaine, where on the surface, she was pretending to help, young girls and whatnot. But then behind the scenes, we all know what she was up to with Epstein and the others. So they pretend on the surface to be environmentalists and to help everybody. This is their SOP for not just Freemasonry, but for the greater structure of the pyramid, I would say. So they don't just do that, but then, so they pretend on the surface to be environmentalists and to be helping the good of people and to be doing all that, while in the background, they're doing all this other crazy shit that you can't even imagine. And so we get to see that somewhat. Yeah, so, yeah, Chris title, no, things are going to get worse. Yeah, YouTube fears pizza talk. So, yeah, that's right, Chris. That's true. You guys know what pizza means, right? Yeah, so that's right. If you say anything to do with that, then they might delete it too. So it's hard to tell with the algorithm because there's so many videos being uploaded. They have some people that are manually working to monitor and do stuff, but a lot of it too is going to be algorithmic also. So you just have to try not to set off the algorithms with certain things that you're saying. But yeah, that's absolutely true. She pled not guilty for Ghislaine, so we'll see if she's which is good, because that means that I think her information of her trial is going to be more public. And if her information is more public, maybe she can implicate some other of these global heavy hitters that were involved in these rings with Epstein and the others. Like Prince Andrew was going to visit Epstein quite a few times. And there's some pictures of him with some girls that are, so I don't know, man. Looking at Wayfair. Yeah, Chris, a little bit. I looked into Wayfair a little bit. Yeah, I saw on the InfoWars, Alex Jones did one on it where he was, so apparently, if you guys don't know, possibly one of their management systems that they were using for ordering was like Wayfair, or I think he also mentioned Amazon too, and some like super high priced furniture items, or like maybe couches or cabinetry or things like this as a cover to process the transfers of payments for what they were actually doing, which was people. Which gets into the other stuff that we're not supposed to talk about, right? Hey, Brandon, how you doing, man? He said, all right. So that's good. I like that, man. I'm doing all right. Hope you guys are doing good too. Yeah, but I agree with you too, Chris, that by the end of this year, I do expect things to get a little bit more crazy, not less crazy. And that's why I want to somewhat fly under the radar. I still like to talk about this stuff with you guys. I find it very interesting. And I think information is probably the ultimate solution, because if people are doing stuff they shouldn't be doing, the information getting out there is the solution to that. But man, it's really tricky. The other thing I've learned, which is very tricky, is that on both sides, some of these global heavy hitters are intertwined with intelligence agencies. So you might think that like this certain person who's a billionaire, or that person who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever, or this person who's on the UN, or that person who's friends with someone who's on the UN, or this banker here, or that person there. You might think they have no relation to, and they're not connected to the intelligence agencies, like the Royals, for example. Like the Royals are not connected to the intelligence agencies, but they actually are, and they are connected in. And so it's very tricky. Like one of the things that was slipped was, I think it was with Ghislaine, and don't quote me on this. I have to look it up and prep this ahead of time to present this. But I believe when she was starting to get in hot water, I think she contacted, was it the district attorney? Like she had the phone number of either the district attorney or somebody in the area that she would be, I guess, prosecuted in or getting in trouble for. So this is so weird. So this is how small knit these groups actually are, that of these uber powerful people. They're so tightly knit that they actually know each other, because we have billions of people in the world, like 8 billion people. We don't know people like that. Like in our area of friends or whatever, like you guys know me, I know you. Okay, we know a few people, but it seems like in these uber echelon circles, guys like your Gates or Fauci or people like this, they are intertwined with the intelligence agencies and the other heavy hitters. That's why you get guys like Epstein, who has a picture with Gates, which is very scary. I mean, just think about that. Think about how scary that is, that the two of them were hanging out at all, and that these circles, when you get into them, they're so small and they're so tightly knit. It's like, it's mind blowing. It's like, what is this, a high school? Like you got a whole world here of 8 point whatever billion people. And the amount of people in these global heavy hitter kind of Royal Society or different little societies could be like one high school, and then they all have all these workers that are under them, but then they all connect with each other, or they have intelligence officers under them, or this or that under this person. And then if someone gets outed, like maybe an Epstein or whoever, then he'll be handed over to the intelligence agencies that are in the dark, that don't know. But then these ones over here are highly protected. And so it's crazy how you have 8 billion people in the world, but when you get up to these higher levels, you literally get to the point where it's like probably the amount of people that you could fit in a high school, or at the tighter amounts, at the real power positions, maybe the amount of people you could fit inside of one room or, one house, that kind of thing. It's really crazy when you think about that. So thanks for the nightmares, Trev. Yeah, Josh, you're welcome, Josh. You're welcome. Just look forward to the fall and see what's going to happen. I think it'll be okay. It'll be good. It'll be fun stuff. But just maybe do what I'm doing. We just sit on the sidelines a little bit. We just watch all the craziness unfold and just sit back and chill. If you got a gun, okay, good. Or you got, self-defense stuff, then good. Let's just sit back, relax, and watch all the chaos unfold in front of us. Yeah, Goku. Okay, so the Goku story, as Lewis asked, that is a Goku figure. He's got a broken arm. He fell off the shelf one day. I bought him like 10 years ago. He fell off the shelf one day and broke his arm shoulder out. So I just jabbed it back in. It's loose anyway. If he falls over, it's all going to fall apart. But so I should fix that at some point. But he's a cool figure because he's a 1/6 Goku, and he's really nice. So I got that. Yeah, I've been working on some other stuff too. You can run, but you can't hide. It's very true, man. If they have a problem with you, they'll let you know it. That's for sure. And they'll do it with plausible deniability. So they'll kind of give you a sign to say, you see it? You see it? You see it? Shut up. Oh no. Okay. You don't see it? Okay. We'll keep going. Okay. We see it? Okay. Okay. You're good now. Now we'll stop bothering you. That's what happened to me basically, for months on end now. So it's like, all right, fine. I'll delete the videos, whatever, leave me alone, whatever. So they clean it up, man. They make sure that they control what's out there to a degree, at least to a degree, as best as they can do. All right. But I think everything we said in this video, we're allowed to say so far. I'm pretty sure we're okay. That's another tricky part. It's like, what are you allowed to say? What are you not allowed to say? Sometimes it's it's difficult. But if we started off with figures or Walking Dead or other stuff, then we're probably fine. So that's cool. So that's kind of my plan going forward, is that we can talk about the stuff, but it's got to be secondary to something else, entertainment related. Then we can fly under radar. We're okay. All right, let's see what we got. Project Power, new to Netflix next month. These pills give you power. Watch the trailer. Okay, I'll check that out. Does that mean like we do drugs and we get superpowers? Is that basically the idea of the show? I'll have to check it out. So good stuff. Dr. Evil trying to sterilize, man. Well, he did say if we do a really good job, if we do a great job, we can get that down to whatever. So it's like, okay, all right, well, whatever you're going to do, man. Cool. I pity the fool. All right, let's see here. It's having, right, word of the day said that doing truth or talk is dangerous. You're right. It is actually very dangerous. And, I don't want to get the channel shut down. So that's why we got to be careful, guys. Anyway, AMC announced the day of the announcement of the finale. Yeah, Peyote, I know. That's how sad things are getting now. They announced when they're going to announce the finale. It's like, okay. So that's what we're doing now, guys. We're so desperate for, what's going on that we're getting anticipation for the day that we find out when the anticipation is going to be for the episode. It's like, yeah. Jamal said, Trev, I miss Rick. Wouldn't it be cool if they scrapped the movies and brought Rick back into the show? Maybe that would be cool, man. Maybe we shouldn't rule that out after everything that's going on in the world right now. Imagine they do a second shutdown in the fall, and then after that, the movie gets scrapped and he comes back into the TV series. That would be so sweet to see that, man. I would love to see that. So, yeah, FYI, Trev, talk about this in a different channel. You don't want to lose a huge channel because of YouTube crazies. Yeah, you're right. Growing up, Daphne. You're right, man. We gotta reel it back in, right? Keep it under control. So what I'll do is I'll probably release a few less videos, and if the live streams start to get too into the territory where they're not supposed to go, I guess, then we'll end them or we'll do whatever. So, but yeah, man, I'm excited to see anything Walking Dead when we eventually get to see it. And then we also don't know how many episodes Fear is going to be, so we'll see about that too. Maybe they should release World Beyond in the meantime, because they've got that ready, I think, for the first season. So yeah. Okay. So Chris thinks that then there'll be a war with Pandemic 2 mixed in. So maybe, I don't know, man. That's one thing about me is I don't pretend to know the future. I don't pretend to know what's going to happen just because I have a lot of inside information as to the different parties and some of the stuff they're actually involved in. But I still don't try to predict what's going to happen, because that's like doing Walking Dead predictions. You just don't, in real life, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, you don't know, you just have no idea, man. Something crazy could happen in a week or a month or a few months here. We just have no idea, man. So yeah, a reset, possibly a global government, and then the abolishment of local governments, maybe, the abolishment of country borders, maybe. Eventually, long term, like in 10 or 20 or 30 years, something like that. That would take a long time to do. But if they want to do it, maybe we could see that at some point, and then we all just become part of a global government, right? So something like that. So yeah. Okay. Well, let's see what we got. Yeah, virality. Sorry, man. They've announced that at Comic-Con, they're going to announce the date of the premiere of the season 10 finale. That's what they're going to do. So we don't know when that's going to be. They're going to let us know next Friday. They're going to tell us. So yeah, probably sooner than we think. Maybe it could be, early August or something like that. Oh, Gigadeath wants to know, are you going to do any more fall videos? We're not allowed. No, that was part of it too. That's part of why I got in trouble. We're not allowed, man. At least I'm not allowed. Now, other people might do it. They might get away with it. Maybe not. I can't do it, basically. And the other thing too is I only want to do stuff if I'm allowed to. Like, I don't want to. Okay, let me explain something here to you guys here. Like, I like to share this information with you guys, but if we're not allowed to do it, then fine, we won't do it. And so that's why I deleted some of those videos, or I set them to private. A lot of them I set to private. Some of them I just had to delete because I had to say, you know what? If it's not okay for me to communicate this stuff and produce this content out there, then I have to oblige. Now, if there's a shift in the power positions later on in the future, which I kind of doubt there would be, knowing what I know, it's kind of like it's sort of like, how do you stop something like that? I don't think you can, man. I don't even Mr. T, even POTUS, even if he gets back in and he tries his damnedest to drain the swamp or to clean out some of these things, it's like, I don't know. Basically, okay, from a greater standpoint, here's how I think the world works. Democracy and our politicians are not nearly as powerful as your major capitalists. So your people that have the billions and billions, hundreds of billions, or trillions of dollars, they have the ability, man, to do like just whatever they want, pretty much. I mean, with that kind of, they can start organizations, they can start think tanks, they can start non-for-profit, they can start all these things, and some of them are intertwined with the intelligence agencies and the governments, and different governments too. Some of them are intertwined with global governments, United Nations and whatnot. So your local governments and your local people and the people you vote for, that's just like one little thing. And those, I think Ike says, they're today and gone tomorrow, or something like that. In today, gone tomorrow. So 4 years, whatever, 8 years, then it's done, right? But the capitalists, I mean, they're not going anywhere. I mean, like, you think that the people who own different islands and and stuff like this, or own foundations and stuff, you think they're going anywhere? They're not going anywhere. And it brings into question, okay, they're not really government exactly. So if you have a foundation or something that's doing something on a global scale, it's not exactly a government, and it's not exactly voted in, is it? So it's sort of like, because they have so much money, they can start these different foundations or whatnot, and they can, and it's sort of like a governing party. Some of these think tanks, like the Center for Countering Online Digital Hate, that's one that was just started. But I don't think that was started by a government institution. However, when they contact YouTube or Google or whoever, they can put the pressure on them and say, well, I represent this organization. And then the YouTube or Google says, oh, okay, what do you want us to do? Well, this person did this wrong and that wrong and this wrong, and it's for the greater good of society. So you want to abolish hate, right? Or you want to abolish things like this. And yeah, sure, they do. They want to keep it clean and they want to do things right. So this is how they can be easily geared and manipulated. But again, these parties, these foundations and whatnot, they're not exactly started by Mr. T, a POTUS, or someone like this. A lot of times they're started by, these heavy hitter capitalists, global capitalists. So that's where you get these situations, right? So it's what it is. Okay. All right. Let's probably wrap for today, guys. I think it's good. I think we've had some fun, so it's good stuff. And mostly I wanted to do figure stuff in this one, and then we got into you guys brought me back again to the other stuff, so it's fine. But and I kind of go into it too anyway, because I have a passion to talk about it, so it just kind of happens. The other thing too, growing up Daphne, is if we do that, nobody will be there to really communicate with me. Maybe I could take the videos I removed from TrevShan2, and maybe I could upload them to BitChute or something instead if I want to. It just means that almost nobody will see them or anything, but they'll be there, I guess. I don't know. I'm still playing with the idea. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining me tonight, guys, for an impromptu live stream. Let me know what you think about the haul, the figures, and whatnot. And keep yourselves, stay safe, guys. Stay healthy, stay happy, take care of yourselves psychologically, get a workout in, do some push-ups, do some squats, go for a jog or whatever. Stay healthy, and I'll see you guys soon. Yeah, if I set up, Daphne, if I set up a BitChute or another one, I have a BitChute TrevShan2, but if I start uploading stuff, I'll definitely let you guys know, and then we can go there instead. Yeah, okay. Have yourselves a good night, guys, and I'll see you again soon. As always, this is Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon. Jamal, they're going to announce the comeback date at Comic-Con next week, so we'll see it then. Okay, guys. See ya.